Oh gosh. Let's move you. Okay. Hello. Oh gosh. We're starting now. We're starting. Do the thing with the thing where it goes beep. C sharp. Hi. I am Danni Rowan, and I am a transgender woman. Woo! Lock up your sons and daughters in their specially designated rooms. This room marked boys, and this room marked girls. So they don't get all confused, poor things. But yeah, no, I am trans, but I do find it sort of weird to like start my set by saying I'm trans. And I think that's because like I wouldn't actually start like a conversation that I had in real life by saying I'm trans, right? And there's like two main reasons for that, okay? But the first is that transphobic people, they do exist, on the internet. So I'm told, never met one. Undermining my joke. Transphobic people on the internet, they're always telling me, right, that we can always tell, right, that I'm trans, right? Well, so I figured that information is largely redundant, okay? And the second reason I don't tell people that I'm trans when I start up a conversation in real life, right, is because of something that I like to call none of your fucking business. Mother. But you know, seriously, like a cisgender guy wouldn't like start a conversation by saying, has someone died? Because I'm only going to stop for death. Yeah, like a cis guy wouldn't like start a conversation by saying, pointing out that his like gender identity aligns with his sex as a sign of birth, yada yada, right? He wouldn't be like, hi, I was born with a dick and I've never looked back, would he? He just wouldn't do that. But yeah, I am trans and I've lived in Glasgow for just over 10 years now. Thank you. Remember to whoop the punchlines as well as... yeah, I've lived in Glasgow for just over 10 years now, and like, as a trans woman, it's really important to me that I'm able to pass as Scottish. I mean, after all, it is my acquired nationality, right? And if you don't like that joke, right, you're either racist or transphobic. I don't make the rules. I just rigidly police them. But yes, but you know, in seriousness, like, it can be difficult at times, like, to pass, right, the Scottish, because, like, I mean, yes, I have red hair, but as soon as I open my mouth, it's game over for me. As well as being trans, I'm also autistic. What a surprise. And, check this out, I also have ADHD. Oh my god. You know, or ADHD as they call it, right? Which basically means that, like, if you haven't, like, laughed at any of my jokes so far, it's actually pretty fucked up. Do better. But yeah, there's more to my identity than being trans, really. Like, I guess is my point. Like, for example, like, I'm really into like video games and electronic music, right? And that's got absolutely nothing to do with being a transgender woman. Don't fact check that. Don't fact check that. It's not appropriate, seriously. Don't do that. But yeah, I'm also into like horror films, like especially like kind of cheesy like 80s horror films, kind of slasher movies and stuff. In fact, I've actually recently changed my pronouns to she/slasher. But yeah, no, I do love my cheesy horror, like, or as I used to call it, my penis. I literally wrote down the bus and I was like, I can't do this. This is going to set the movement back. Fucking back. But yeah, I do like my horror, and like I'm actually like, just spookiness in general actually came out relatively recently. Actually came out as a goth, right? Gothic. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know I don't look like totally like gothic, but it's just like I'm going stealth right now. I'm just trying to blend in. But it's interesting because like actually kind of came out as a goth like relatively late in life. Like I wasn't one of those goths who's like always known that they're gothic, right? You know, well, you might have heard the stories like young goth kids like sneaking into their parents' bedrooms while they're out, right? trying on all the black clothes, you know, experimenting with makeup at school, you know, goth things. That was a metaphor. Congratulations on getting it. Guys, you've been lovely. I'm Danni Rowan. Thank you very much.